still reeling from Andrew Luck's shocking retirement over the weekend. Indy has invested everything in Luck as the centerpiece of their franchise. And after 7 seasons, it sounds like the team still isn't quite ready to let him go, with owner Jim Irsay saying he doesn't rule out the possibility that Luck will return to football. Neither do I. I think he's going to sit for 2 years. I don't think he's returning to Indianapolis, though. I picture him in a Cowboys uniform. But anyway, I don't think he's done playing.
Ooh, Cowboys uniform.
Yeah, that's my prediction on that.
Is that one of the news? Wow. So cold-blooded. I had to sneak that jab in. I didn't know the Cowboys were in the XFL. Walk with me here. Walk with me here. This is what this dude's going to do. He's going to red shirt, obviously. He's done. Retiring, we call it now. I call it a red shirt because I've been in that position before. Then you're going to recalibrate the body. And one day, it's going to feel pain-free. You're going to say, whoa. And then you know how it goes. Thanksgiving going to roll around. A little turkey bowl with your uncle and your cousins and them. Yeah. You're going to wait a minute. And then you're going to say, let me check this birth certificate again. I'm 30? Huh. Dad. Oh, let me call Dad. He's working for the XFL as the commissioner. Hey, Dad, how would it land if I came out there, became one of the starting quarterbacks for the XFL, and helped blow this league up? Not saying he's going to do that, but I think Andrew Luck is going to retire as he did, red shirt, fill out his body, and I think the storyline that he's going to return to may be the XFL to help Pops out, which will be an amazing story. He may come back to the NFL, but I think football is still in his future.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for him. I do believe you hit the nail on the head when you talk about when he feels good, when he's healthy again, he doesn't have the pain. I think he's going to miss it. He's going to miss being around it. And heaven help him if he goes to a game in person when he's feeling good and he sees it and he gets the crowd and all that other stuff. Because at the end of the day, we all are egomaniacs. We all are gladiators. We all love walking in the arena and feeling the adulation of the crowd. He is going to miss that part of it. And so we'll see if he can replace it with something else outside of the ball. But typically, the only thing that makes you feel good about it is ball. And I think he's going to find his way back to it.
Yeah, I don't believe he's done playing. The XFL, the NFL won't allow that to happen. He's under contract with the Colts. They would have to release him and okay him. That $25 million, Irsay's not letting him go, so it's NFL or nothing. He's going to miss the NFL. He's going to miss Sundays. If he can get his body healthy in the next 6 to 9 months, and like Marcellus said, I'm 30 years old. I can still get out here and play. Go get with some doctors that are with you day and night to make sure you can get healthy just for quality of life. And then once you realize, like, oh, man, I got out the bed today and I ain't feel no pain. I haven't felt like this in a while. I'm going to start working out a little harder. Oh, let me start taking some drops and throwing a ball. Oh, let me see if I can play. I do believe that time is going to come, and I think we'll see him play again.
I think that part of his calculus, and again, I don't know Andrew Luck from Adam, but he's relatively newly married. I think he's going to get his body right, spend some real quality time with his wife, his new wife, because that's another one of the sacrifices, particularly at the quarterback position, where you're the first in, last out. You're basically an assistant coach. You sacrifice a lot of things relationship-wise that, again, when a kid is Oliver Luck's son, went to Stanford, this kid sees the whole big picture of life. He's not just a football meathead like a lot of us were. And so I think he's going to take 2 years. I don't think it's going to be next year. I think 2 years he's coming back to the NFL, either the Colts or someplace else, wherever the NFL needs him. Because, again, I'm kind of optimistic about what Jacoby Brissett's going to be, so I'm not dead certain that he's just going to walk back into the Colts situation. Again, he's super talented. That's not me saying he's got more talent than Jacoby Brissett. But again, I think he's thought this through. And, again, they put out some story like he started talking about this 10 days ago or whatever. I don't buy that kind of huge decision. I don't think that's a 10-day decision. I think he's put a lot of thought into this and has a game plan in his mind that certainly doesn't close the door to him coming back.
Yeah, I think what you said, combined with what Bucky was saying, there's going to be an inflection point. There's going to be a moment where this arc changes. And it's going to change, at least I foresee this, when he looks at someone in this league at the quarterback position getting enormous amounts of love, and he knows that that dude is less than who he is. At that moment. Think about it. When you're sitting at home or you're at that game and you're watching this dude out there get it, and you're like, that's what it is?
That's going to be almost every quarterback in the league. I'm
talking about where he is right now, injured.
But what I think, Marcellus, and this will sound like a joke, but I'm being dead serious, when he finds out that, no, you know what? Football is the thing I'm best at. He's going to, over the next year or two, he's going to go try all these different things.
Is that the thing he's best at? This is a dude who's a member of a book club, very quirky. I do know him and the dad. Intellectual. Like you said, see the big picture? When you see the big picture, you realize football doesn't take you to the top of the mountain. It's a means to an end to get to the top of the mountain. But in our world...
Where else can you get that type of competition for competitive people, that type of back and forth and me versus you? You can't get
where's
that
your value?
anywhere else.
The guy's 6'5". He's Oliver Luck's son. He's got one of the greatest arms. He's a tremendous athlete. And he was meant to play football. And I think, again, he's going to go out and do a bunch of other things. And the punchline of this joke, it's like me and gambling. I'm always trying to replace it. But it's in me. My mother and father put it in me. And eventually, I can go on strike from Vegas, but eventually I'm going to creep back out there.
I hear you. I hear you, but Roger Staubach comes to mind. And I know there was a day where everybody told him he was meant to play football. And then that sucker went out there post-football and said, you sure I was meant to play football? And there are many success stories like that, especially starting from where he has started from in mindset and privilege and scope. This dude is like...
Staubach wasn't 29 when he...
No, he wasn't. But guess what? His successes are greater post than they were pre while he was playing.
I bet you it ain't as fun as playing football, though.
Oh, that's what
on
it's
Sundays.
We on right.
All right, Darnell, we missed anything? I know you a heartbroken Colts fan.
Man.
Yeah, man, I was hurt this weekend, man. And it's kind of interesting that you said you think he might come back to the Cowboys. My man Jerry Jones had some comments about Luck post-football career. And it sounded like he had some high aspirations, saying that he hopes Luck becomes president of the U.S. one day. I want to ask you guys, what do you think Andrew would do if he's really done with football?
You know what? I can see him getting into politics.
You can?
Yeah. He's a thoughtful guy that clearly has the courage of his convictions. You willing to stand up in front of everybody? I'm retiring 2 weeks before the season. Yeah, I could see that. You know, it's not the craziest suggestion in the world.
Yeah, look, his dad ran for Congress and lost in West Virginia, so I don't know if that's something that actually fuels your fire or is negating that because you saw what happened with your father. Look, if he did try to run for any office, I see Peyton Manning right now say, oh, hell no, you ain't stealing my shine again. I'm going to run. This time I'm going to beat you for real. That said, I think this guy's going to return to the simple things, man, the things that are valuable to him and expressing his view on those things and kind of grow from there.
Look, I think Marcel has talked about his many interests. He talked about book club. He graduated with a degree in architecture. I think he's going to explore those things because that's what you naturally do. Because we all think we want to be something when we're done playing, and maybe it is something that we develop a passion for. I think he will spend at least a year exploring those things before he determines, man, you know, I really miss football, or I really found something that I really like in one of those outside interests away from ball.
If he doesn't come back to football, he's going to be a family man. Whatever he majored in, like you said, in architecture, is very well known that he's an avid book reader. But I just see him being a family man. If he doesn't get back involved in football in some capacity, he'll kind of just take a back seat and be a family man.
Yeah, with his dad being commissioner of the XFL, he could maybe run
if that
some
takes
team in
off,
the XFL.
you never know.
Yep.
All right, coming up, Antonio Brown spent weeks refusing to play because of his helmet. But did we actually just get proof that AB was playing us the whole time? We get into that. Ertz!